So I'm wondering a couple of things about us here in Braintree today. Does anyone think that Braintree has heard that recovery is real? Can we try that? 1, 2, 3. Recovery is real. So we want to add something to the end of this. One of the things that we're celebrating today is how people have passed on the message that recovery is real. Michelle and Susan, who is our award winner, exemplify that. So I was wondering if you could help me with recovery is real, and then you all do pass it on. You do recovery is real, you guys do pass it on. Does that work? Yeah? All right, try it a couple times and then see if we can pass it on to Michelle. Recovery is real. Recovery is real. Recovery is real. So now I'll pass it on.
I came to know Sue McGowan 3 years ago. I came into the Metropolitan Recovery Learning Community as a peer. Sue was there already for about a year. Her vision of what peer support was obvious right away to me. She had compassion, leadership, the ability to listen, not gossip, and always was able to accept people where they were at. At first, Sue would talk to me. She'd make comments about my jewelry, my clothes. And then at one point, we started doing things like who had the most sequin, who had the most fringes. Then it was who had the cheapest from the dollar store, and over the thrift shop. So one day, Sue comes walking in a pair of red suede boots, brand new. And as far as I was concerned, the competition was over. I was done. No one else but Sue could put on these pair of red boots and get away with it. Besides having an awesome cool boots, Sue always takes on a job of contacting people who have not been around, they've been missing. She uses her artistic ability, which is shown over there, to make cards and contact people if they're not doing well. Her attributes, as I said before, the RLC members I talked to yesterday added things to what I said earlier. She's very funny, obviously, with these red suede boots. I know she'd do that just to get me. She's a true believer in that peer support works. She is funny, she's very generous, she's honest, and above all, she represents all the heroes at the MSRLC, and Sue is our hero. Thank you. Sue?
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Michelle lost by 1 vote. No, so she really deserves to be up here with me and perhaps share the vote. But in my preparation for my little speech here, I looked up the definition of a hero, which is a real or mythical person of great bravery who carries out extraordinary deeds, or a role model, or it's a huge sandwich with a big gigantic roll, meat, cheese, and filler. I could never accept the hero award just for myself. This is a really humbling experience for me. It's going to include and be accepted on behalf of all my peers and the staff, who are also my peers. All of us at the Quincy RLC, who on a daily basis show up, display courage, compassion, nobility of purpose, willing to risk, and strength of character. These are some people who have the indispensable virtue of hope. They have confidence where they hope where confidence is wounded and trust is impaired. Mental illness stigma can bring on shame, misunderstanding, identities are confusing, and supports are sometimes suspicious of your motives. Let's face it, recovery from mental illness and drug addiction is really difficult. Programs are offered to you when you first get your diagnosis. AA, NA, you can choose to isolate, you can choose to do a lot of things. But I was lucky enough to be introduced to the Quincy RLC. And I walked into it, and it changed my life. It was a pivoting moment of my life. Everything that I had believed about recovery changed. All of a sudden, it became real. It became something difficult, it became a journey. I started to move forward. The RLC was a safe place. It strictly stands by its confidentiality agreement. What is said there stays there. The first time I felt comfortable in sitting with strangers, probably because they weren't strangers. There's a mutuality, a common bond of lived experience. I was listening to people speak about very painful stuff, and they were listening to me. I was changing inside. I stopped blaming events or people in my life for the way things were. I became honest, and that was very difficult being a substance abuser. I took responsibility for my stuff. I own my own shit for once. I was given so much by the RLC, I felt I had integrity and hope and enthusiasm for the future. In hopes of giving something back, I became a peer facilitator, ran some groups, personal development and peer support. I also took advantage of some education offered to me in the WRAP, the Wellness Recovery Action Plan, which I recommend to every one of you in here. CPR training, trauma, and alternatives to suicide. And all I had to do for these things was show up. As a matter of fact, Quincy offers you and any friends to do the same, just to show up. When you come in, you'll be greeted with open arms and be explained what goes on there, and everybody there will be very happy to greet you and have you come and visit us. And if you want to stay, that's even better. So check out what we have to offer. I've only merely touched the surface of this. In summation, to all my peers, staff included, thank you for this honor. I love and respect you all, and consider each one of you a friend. You made me see that recovery is not only possible, but probable. Finally, in the words of that humble know-it-all, Scott, where are you? Recovery is real. Pass it on.
Congratulations. Thank you. I'm so nervous. I know, it's very nerve-wracking standing behind a podium and with a microphone. I'm so impressed with how people have been doing. I mess up all the time, and I do this multiple times a week. So, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts State Senate official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends congratulations to Susan McGowan in recognition of receiving the Unsung Hero Award for improving the quality of life for individuals who are in recovery in the mental health community. Be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends best wishes for continued success. That this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. Congratulations.